what it is, yo. What's up? Can I get in them good?
Man, geez, that's how you feel, man.
You know what, bro? I don't know why that song was like, I listened to it like yesterday. I'm like, this song is super vulgar.
Oh, it's very vulgar.
It's like, this is really nasty.
So, quick story. When I first heard that song, it was 03 or 04. I was in Atlanta with my guys. We had took a road trip down there that weekend. That
Hmm.
song, that's the first time I heard that song, and of course, I was at a strip club. So what?
Of course.
Now, with all the judgment, all you out there, if y'all want to judge me, go ahead. So what?
You're
Anyway,
judged. We're
so
judging.
I was at a strip club, but it was really when I was listening to it, I'm like, damn, this song is really they getting right to it.
Hmm.
They're getting right
Yeah.
to it on this song.
Yeah. Ain't no Southern hospitality with that song.
No, my man said he want to get them guts.
Yeah. Bust it up. Yeah. Give me
Yo,
your number and I call. Yeah.
yo, I always thought it's two words like as growing up that I always thought was like, wow, like I could never say one. I could never say the cunt word.
Cunt.
I just think that is so vulgar. I just think that is so vulgar.
Bro, all the words you say, really?
Bro, I'm serious. That's the word there. It just makes me cringe. That
That's
makes me
hilarious.
cringe. And then another word I can never say. What's the other word? It's another word. I'm drawing a blank, but it just the words make me cringe, and it's like a word we hear all the time. Another curse word. I can't think of it. What is it? Oh. I literally. It's weird for me to say pussy. It's weird. It's just
Oh my
weird.
gosh.
It is. It
Well,
is.
you know what? It is for me too, bro. Like I don't really say it often. Like,
Yeah.
like I say coochie, you know.
Right. That's what I
I don't
grew
know.
up
It's,
on.
it's
Yeah.
something about saying that. This it is kind of like, ugh.
It's just it's just so vulgar, man. It's like, damn, man, like you just gonna say this like this.
Yeah, it is. You ain't lying about that.
And you know I still and I always laugh because I tell you this all the time. I always laugh when I hear that word bull dagger. Boy,
That's an old school
man,
grandma word for sure.
I would just love to know who's the first
Who
person
made that up?
to make that up because it's just so funny. You hear old folks, oh yeah, that girl there, she always been a little bull dagger. I used to just run around the house laughing. I think that was
Yeah,
so funny. Because
yeah. I would like to know who made it up too.
me too. I swear I would like to know who made that up. But yeah, those are little vulgar words, man. But you know that song had a nice little run though. Some cut had a nice little run for a
It
while.
did. It did.
I think they was
It
called
did.
they group was Trillville. That was their name.
Yeah. It
Trillville.
kind of got a resurgence too, that song. It got a resurgence with this generation this year with Victoria Monet because
Yes.
part of her show, she do that little dance break and she
Mm-hmm.
danced to that song. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that she used to be like backup singer, backup dancer.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't either.
I
I
didn't know
just
that.
I saw an interview, I think, with her and Kelly Rowland. And I think she maybe used to sing background for Kelly Rowland.
Really?
I think so. I think so.
Damn.
I know she
Okay.
sing back. I didn't know that she. I know she had been around for a while, but I didn't know that she was like
Okay.
oh like he was really in she was in the music business. I didn't know she was in it like that, but yeah, she pretty dope.
Well, see, I was today's years old. I didn't never known that. See that? Teach
Yeah,
teach dropping knowledge, y'all. She's giving us some knowledge.
just dropping a little something. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all correct me. But
you you
I
know
know
they
she
will.
did. I know she used to. I do know she used to do like background, and she used to write for other people. So
Okay.
yeah,
Speaking of before we start opening the show, you gotta watch that interview with Latavia.
I did. I watched it, bro.
Oh, you did watch it?
I watched it
Okay,
this morning.
hold on. All right. Hey, y'all, this is some of that podcast. This is episode 92,
91.
91, episode 91. We
This is
back.
a Dennis Rodman episode.
Dennis Rodman episode. Y'all already know 9-1 Chicago Bulls,
Uh,
3-time champion with the Bulls. I'm Coach Mo. We got Tease over there.
how y'all doing?
Make sure y'all hit like, subscribe to the Some of That podcast on YouTube,
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on the Instagram page, SOTSOTPOD. Make sure you jump on the Facebook page too. Um, we back with another episode on this lovely night. Finally, there's no snow on the ground, no rain. It's
Yes.
it's been real calm on this good old Wednesday. Y'all
Hmm.
y'all gonna hear this on Friday, but it's been calm, and the weather's been kind of crazy, but today was good. Um, so Tease, let's talk about that interview though with Latavia.
Latavia.
Latavia, I ain't
Hmm.
gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was all in, locked in, because I feel like, and maybe it's just me, I feel like I've never heard from her. When all that
Yeah.
stuff went
Same.
down, she's never said anything. I never heard her do any interviews. I never even heard her talk about the group members. So for me, I was all ears on that podcast, and I had no idea she had such a personality.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't know she was dating one of the twins from Jagged Edge.
Oh yeah, you know that, bro. See, you
Didn't
you're not you're
know
not
that.
you're not. That's girl stuff. Like that's
Did
if
not
you was
know
into
that.
the girl groups, you knew that her and Latoya. You okay? Remember the video? I gotta be
Yes.
her, Latoya, and Latavia in the video.
See, I remember the video, but damn, see, I didn't. Wow,
Yeah,
okay, but I
yeah.
didn't even know they was
They did it for a
dating.
long time.
Didn't even know that, and she broke that
Yep.
down. So y'all can find that. Y'all can find that interview. It's on this dude named Carlos King, his
Hmm.
podcast, and I didn't even know who he was until that interview with her, and that he had been doing a lot of stuff, a lot of reality shows, a lot of
Hmm.
in the music business. So, well, his podcast, he has some pretty good guests on there. Like I watched him when he did the one with Royce Reed. That was
Yeah,
good.
that was good
Uh,
too. Yeah, I
but
watched that one.
Latavia's interview was interesting because she had a side of her story, and I believe her when she says she's not bitter. Like I honestly like believe her because she didn't come off as if she upset, has been mad for all these years, and she
Hmm.
said like that she's still friends and she's still cool with Beyonce. She
Hmm.
said she had no ill will towards because she was like they grew up together. She was like they was like best homies as shorties.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. If you were like a Destiny Child stan, like I was back in the day, like you knew that. Like I
Mm-hmm.
remember like Latavia and Beyonce, I think they were friends first, and they were
Right.
like best friends,
Right.
and then Kelly, and they started being friends with Kelly. Kelly started going to their school,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember Beyonce, she heard her singing, and she's like, "You got to be in our group," and
Mm-hmm.
so they she she used to be amazed that Kelly could do that Whitney Houston song, that I'm Your Baby Tonight song, like the fast part. She was like, Kelly used to do that, and she used to really get like excited. So when she heard her do that part, she was like, she got to be in our group. And then
Mm-hmm.
I think Kelly ended up moving in with like Beyonce, which is how they
Right.
got super tight. And then
Right.
Toya ended up going to their school, and they found out that she sang and she tried out, and that's how they all had a group. And so I think it was one more girl initially, but then
Yeah, it was
eventually just
another
became
girl.
those
Yeah.
four. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were like really, really close. So I could
Mm-hmm.
see how, like she said it, when they broke up, it wasn't when you've been friends with somebody since you were 7 years old. That's like me and my friends, and we've been friends for that long, and then you get to teenagers, and then because of business,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they they had to go their separate ways. So I can
Yep.
see, I believe her. She didn't try to like throw anybody under the bus,
She
like, but
didn't. She
you know,
didn't.
the reality is, you know, uh Matthew knows was Beyonce daddy,
Mm-hmm.
and Kelly lived with them. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that it was, you know, some favoritism, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Beyonce being the lead singer and Beyonce and Kelly doing most of the lead singing,
Right.
we never knew that Latoya could actually sing.
I'm telling you, I didn't know
Like
it either
sing
till later
lead,
on.
and Latavia, she can sing, but she's like somebody like probably like me, where like she the blender, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she don't
Yeah.
really, everybody don't have to be like, the lead singer, which is fine. She probably
Mm-hmm.
okay with her part, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't know that Latoya was, had all this personality, and and so it they it it kind
I
of
had
worked
no
out for both of
clue.
them. it worked out for both of them because imagine if Latoya was still in the group, we ain't know like she be acting her butt off.
She do.
And she's a really good actress, and she's really come out of her shell.
She
So
been working. She been working
yeah,
too.
she keep a
She been
job.
working.
She killed her role on Greenleaf.
She did.
She had a
She played.
small role on
She
Raising
had
Kanan.
Raising Canaan. She took care of that part. She did her part well
Hmm.
on that. So they
Yeah.
actually, listen to Latavia talk. She was just saying how basically, like, once they started to raise questions or ask questions about some of the stuff that was being done, she said that's when everything got moving, and that's why they got
Hmm.
removed from the group. And
Hmm.
she was like, when she made it clear, she's like, we didn't leave the group, we got kicked out the group,
Right.
all because we decided to ask some questions, some management
Right.
questions.
Hmm.
So I mean, again, it goes back to that thing again, like in business, friendship and business sometimes it just don't mix. It don't. And like you said, with a young girl group like that, and the father of one of the singers, the lead singer, is the manager. It's just, to me, I
Yeah.
feel like
It's a sticky
it's a
situation.
it's a conflict of interest. It could be, depends
Hmm.
on how anybody look at it. So, and like she said, she was like, look, Beyonce had always told her what she wanted to do in life, and she was like, that's why when she sees everything that Beyonce's accomplished, she's not surprised because Beyonce
Right.
used to tell her, "This is what I'm going to do," and she said, she got no ill will toward her, and she was like, I think she told Carlos King, she was like, I was just with him last week or a month ago, whatever she
Hmm.
said.
Yeah.
She was like, now what?
Right.
She's funny. She's so
Yeah.
funny,
She
man.
always
She's
been
so
like a little
funny.
spicy.
I
Yeah.
just didn't realize she had that much personality. Because back in the day, only Beyonce really talked. Kelly talked
Hmm.
a little bit, but
Hmm.
Latoya and Latavia didn't really say anything. So I was like,
Right.
I didn't really know they had that personality. But when she
Hmm.
when she said they was dating the twins, I was like,
Yeah.
wow. I was like, I did not know that. I did
Yeah.
not
I
know
think
that.
she got a book and like a little doc coming out soon. So that's why she was like some
Oh,
stuff she was saying, you would hear about it. I think I saw like a little clip on her Instagram a little while ago, like about him, like a little mini doc about her is coming
mm-hmm.
out. So, it's good that she been through a lot,
A lot.
and she's stepping into her own, and now she's coming out her shell. Everything is different for everybody timing, what I'm saying,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
everybody had a lot of businesses going on 10 years ago, and she was being the mom and figuring stuff out, and I think she finally at a place where it's like it seemed like she happy and she's sober, and she ready to get it going. So
yeah,
kudos to her, and hope it I'm glad to see that she's in a good place.
yeah. She's in a good headspace, and she was
Yeah,
talking about alcohol addiction almost took her out.
it's real. It's a
Man,
real
that's
thing, bro.
crazy.
It's a real thing, bro. And a lot of people, even when you're going through it, like you don't realize how much alcohol can alter your being. You know what I'm saying? And just from the decisions that you may or may not make, you know what I'm saying, because you're not in a clear mind, what it does to your body, you know what I'm saying? Like, she said when she was sick and stuff. So, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it's a real thing, and our community don't talk about it, a
We
lot.
don't.
You know what I'm
We
saying? We
don't.
don't
We
talk
don't talk
about
about it.
we don't talk about traumas a lot, in our
Nope.
communities, and
Nope.
so, but it's good to see that she's in a good sober. She looks healthy, and
Yeah.
um I think we're gonna get a reunion.
You think so?
I don't think it's gonna be a tour per se, but
Mm-hmm.
I do think that they may have like one last song, and they may do like a one night only show that might be like a TV
One
special.
night only.
That's my movie right there, though.
Man, I
Hockey.
love that movie, man. I love that movie.
Don't ever be around me and my cousin Nicole when that movie come on, because we finna do the whole thing.
I'm gonna be right with y'all.
We finna do every song.
I'm gonna be right with y'all. I'm gonna be right, just so you know, because I love that
Yeah,
movie. I love
that's
that
my that's
movie,
my
man.
movie right there. But yeah, I think we're gonna get it, bro. Well, I think we're gonna get like a one night a one night only show, and I think it's gonna be really big. And all of us in my age group who've been waiting for it, we gonna we're gonna be happy. I think they older with kids and doing the tour and stuff, trying to do a tour and coordinate all their schedule because all of them got at least 2 kids. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Beyonce got the most with the 3.
Yes. Yes.
So, I don't see them doing a tour, but I do think that we'll get like a special.
Man, if they
Like
did a tour, oh my God.
Yeah.
It would sell out if they did a tour. Oh my God.
If they did a tour, it would sell out. If they added like the other girl groups,
yes, it would
like maybe do like a 702 with them, and who else was really big? Like really,
3LW,
yeah,
702.
yeah.
I mean, well, what's name would be a little hard. Well, I guess 702, it'd only be 2 of them though, right? Yeah, it's just 2 of them. But 3LW, I mean, yeah, that would be dope. But man,
yeah,
that tour would go crazy.
Daddy the Kane.
Oh man, that tour would go.
I would love that. I used to love Daddy Kane. That was
yeah,
one of the Diddy better groups.
Yeah, I used to like them too. But man, you know what? I'm not even thinking about because I don't want to get my hopes up high because
I know, right?
I was one of those people. I liked Destiny's Child back in the day because I thought it was different. They was different.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't from the East Coast. They weren't from the West Coast. They was from Houston. So it was different. Yeah, they was country girls, but they really could. They had like a different sound to me, and I thought what they were singing about, was kind of it was cool. I used to listen to their album, so I was one of them dudes, man. I was a fan. Like I was a fan. I was a fan of him.
Plus, I know for sure, bills, and my little Hyundai Sonata that I was driving, my parents' old car with no air and 2 windows that didn't roll down. But I was riding that car, and I'm telling you, that summer, 99, I wore that bills out. Like that was like that and Missy Elliott, The Real World. That's all I listened to like for that summer.
And you know who wrote that song, right?
Which one?
Bills. Yeah,
Candy and Tiny.
And you heard about the story, right?
I don't know.
When Candy wrote the song, Beyonce and them hated it.
Oh yeah.
They walked out of the session.
Wow.
She hated it, because Candy was like, okay. She was like, these girls, I don't know who the hell they think they are. They ain't sold nothing. Well, how they gonna say they don't like what I wrote? Like she was just like, they was real, it was difficult at first, but then they came back, did the song, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, one of the biggest selling songs from a girl group.
Beyonce hated the song, hated it.
That's so funny.
Hated it. I know, ain't it crazy? It's crazy. But that was a good interview, good interview. So y'all check that out, Carlos King.
Yeah, check it out on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Real good interview. What else? Oh, what else I want to talk about? Oh, did you see the Renaissance movie?
Did I see the Renaissance movie?
You gotta talk about it.
I'm in the Beehive.
I know. That's why you gotta talk about it.
Yes, I saw it. I saw it. I loved it.
I saw it too. Hey, don't nobody judge me. Your boy seen it twice.
Dang, bro.
Your boy seen it twice.
Now who in the Beehive?
Well, no key. Depending on who you talk to, my wife, I've always been in the Beehive. According to her. So I've always been in the Beehive. But yeah.
I can see that.
I saw it twice. I'm gonna tell people like this. If you did go to the concert, go see the movie.
Go see the movie.
Because you're gonna get the concert experience.
Yes. Yeah.
It was dope how they did this movie. It was the way they followed. This was a dope piece of work. It's 2 hours, 48 minutes, but it's a dope piece of work how she did this. And I know people had their issues with her, whatever, and don't like her, which I still don't understand. But she is a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And this is why she's at where she's at. Because people think she's meek. She don't say much. She don't do interviews. Don't have a lot to say. But Beyonce is really, really a boss. And Beyonce is really, really a what's wrong? she's really, y'all like to use this word alpha female. She really is, but she's in her own. She's her own alpha female, meaning she runs her shit.
Mm-hmm.
She runs her shit. You could tell in this doc that she runs her shit. Like from
Mm-hmm.
the dancers she picks, the musicians she picks, the score, the how she wants her lights, how she wants her stage.
Mm-hmm.
She runs it all. And like she
Mm-hmm.
said in the doc, it took her 4 years to do this tour.
Yeah.
And you see why it was so dope.
Yeah. Absolutely, bro. I when I watched that, it reminded me of watching Michael Jackson
Yes.
like
Yes.
stuff. Like
Yes.
even when Michael Jackson was older in his last before he died, he was doing This Is It. He was planning his last like big tour. And I remember how a perfectionist he was, and how he knew like from the smallest thing like of like you may hear a song like I remember them playing The Way You Make Me Feel, right? And he was talking about the beat. He was like, no, it's too slow. Not say
Too
normal
slow.
here, it sound the same.
Yeah.
He's like, do. He's like, how you gonna know when to come in? He said, I'll feel it. He's like, I just know I'll feel it.
He's like, I feel it.
Then he just was, he wanted everything on point. So like when he put his foot down right here, this explosion might happen, and when he do his hand like this scream might happen. So it's like he was very very imaginative, and what he wanted. He saw his vision, and he was perfection, and you can tell that Beyonce, like how good the tour was, because I saw it this summer. You can tell that it wasn't this wasn't no quick put together. Like
Hell no.
I mean, just to see like, because I was wondering like with all that big old screen and everything that was going to involve with it, I'm like, so they had 3 separate stages. You know how much money that cost, bro? Like, so like while she at one show, her crew is 2 cities ahead,
building that damn stage, building that stage. That's amazing.
So you got to have crew in each city. Like that's
amazing.
That's crazy.
Amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And you got to have the budget for it. You have to have
the money. Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing to me. And
yeah,
she said, what did she say in the movie? She was saying how like, oh, that one part and the show's going on, she performing, and all of a sudden they lose sound. So she go down there with the crew. They tell her what happened. She's like, okay, well, how about this? When we get everything back up, we just go in from here. I'll go back up on the stage.
Yeah.
And we'll just do the show like that. So they show what happened, and literally, it was like she never missed the beat.
Yeah, that what threw me so far off, bro.
That's what I was like. When I watched it, I'm like, damn, she just popped back up like that and get right back into the whole show. And I was telling Samara, I'm like, see, if that shit had happened to Lauryn Hill, she just would have left. She just walked the fuck out.
Lauryn wouldn't even been on. She wouldn't even been on a stage at that point.
And I was telling my wife, I said, that's the difference between her and professionals.
Yeah.
She said it, and this is why I think it's so dope about her. She was like, people save up all their money and spend their money, hard-earned money to come see me. I want to give them what they want to see, which is a great show.
And she do.
I think if all entertainers, celebs have that same mentality, like Michael Jordan is the same way. He used to say that people save up their money to come watch me play. That's why I show up. Kobe Bryant, same thing. Usher. I really believe that's what's make those people great and how they are. Because they
absolutely.
think about that.
And they stay humble. Like you can't be, like you said, people are paying to come and see you. I never saw Lauryn Hill. I'll never pay to see her because she don't have like, she thinks that we are indebted to her.
Yeah, I know. I saw her
and like my work, my sweat, my tears, like we work every day too. We work for real.
Yeah.
We work to pay to see you. So you coming out 3 hours late don't jive well with me because we got work in the morning.
Yeah, work in the morning.
You know what I'm saying? That's just being inconsiderate,
Yeah, pretty much. But, and Beyonce was out there performing city to city, country to country, fighting off what's the name infection, sinus infections.
Mm-hmm.
She out there. She's still out there performing, giving her
Bad knee.
all. Bad knee. Nobody could tell though. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody could tell if she
Mm-hmm.
was sick and wasn't feeling good. But she
Mm-hmm.
out there. She gave everybody a show, and
Absolutely.
she said the part that had everybody laughing was like, people. She's like, people who work with me probably be like, damn, she really is a bitch.
They like, I wish
But
she'd be quiet.
but she was like, but she was like, I'm at a point in my life where I don't care what people think about me anymore. She's like,
I'm with her.
I'm comfortable being me. That was some real shit. You be thinking like, damn, Beyonce saying that she's damn being there, but
Mm-hmm.
again, she's comfortable. Like that song "Cozy,"
Mm-hmm.
it says it all about her now. That's how
Mm-hmm.
she look at.
That's why it's one of my favorite songs right
Me
there.
too. I love it. I
Like,
love "Cozy."
and the fact that me and Beyonce the same age, I
Yep.
totally get what she's saying. Like,
Yep.
I understand what that mindset is like to be at 42, to be in your 30s, you know what I'm saying, people pleasing, and not for the fact just because it's just doing things that you think you have to do, you know what I'm saying, because you're trying to keep an image, and you want to keep a make people happy, and it's just
Yep.
like, you know what, I don't care, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and if you don't like it, don't listen. That's how I feel like with the podcast, things like that. Like, me being the church girl, people think that I would have like a Bible study, podcast. Seriously, like, your daddy is a preacher, so it's just like,
A Bible
like they
study.
would probably think I have like a, Sarah Jakes podcast, and I
Oh
could do
my
that if I
God.
wanted to, but
Yeah.
that's only one side of me. You know what I'm saying? It's other stuff that I like to talk about. I like to do, and like we said, our first episode ain't a church podcast.
Ain't no
So
church
if you
podcast.
coming on here wanting to hear like church teachers, ain't you're not gonna hear that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still fully a Christian. I still fully love the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it is what it is. But if you're not gonna, I'm not gonna be put in a box because you feel like I'm supposed to be a certain way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I get that. At 42, like, it's my life, and if you don't agree with it, I feel sorry for you
Oh
because I
well.
don't care.
And her and her husband literally feel like that. Like they truly believe if you don't like what we do, oh well.
It's not
So
for you.
not
It's
for
not for
you.
you.
And she's still a mom. Like you see her with her babies, and them kids look just
She's
like
still a
their
sister.
parents.
She's still an auntie.
And she's still all that. She's
She's
still
still
and
a daughter.
she love her mom. She still love
She
her
love her
dad.
daddy.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's I think sometimes we do need to see celebrities in that type of light so we can just see
Mm-hmm.
like they still human, even though like they super famous, but they still human. Like
Yeah.
looking at Jay-Z, literally, you see how happy he was when he saw his daughter come on that stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's genuine, like dad.
Genuine
That's dad.
emotion.
That ain't
Yeah.
Jay-Z. That ain't the greatest rapper. That ain't that ain't the big. That's like I'm a dad. Like my
Mm-hmm.
daughter's on this stage killing it, and I'm a dad. That's what that was like. So
My
I
daughter
like
on the stage with my wife.
with my wife, right? And you see how
Yeah.
when Beyonce was looking at her, like how happy she was. That's like genuine mom. That's like
Mm-hmm.
that mom looked like I'm so proud of my babies. I'm so proud.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see that because in this world, people be thinking like, oh, they don't have no problems. They're billionaires. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yes, they're billionaires, but they still human beings.
People
They
idolize celebrities too much for me. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Like, they still
yes,
go to the bathroom. They still have the same body parts that you have. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes.
Beyonce, they talk about knees. Her knees messed up too. She
Yeah,
ain't, it ain't just us regular people at 42. If age come and stuff
it
happen,
comes.
and she been torn and dropping it low for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So of
Mm-hmm.
course her knees like, you know what, girl, you about done. You
Right.
about you about done jumping in these heels. You know what I'm saying?
Because
So I get it.
it made me think like, damn, what if we ain't got much longer to see her
I
touring?
think she,
Because
I,
you know,
I think I think that might have been her last biggest one. Honestly,
yeah.
I think we may see her do something smaller on a smaller scale, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
see her putting on another world. She don't have to anymore. She's
Nope.
done it. She has done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there ain't nothing else for her to do. Like, I think maybe when she get older again, when she get 50, you know what I'm saying, she
Yeah,
might wanna do
yeah.
something. But for the most part, I think she's gonna be chilling for a while.
She probably
Rightfully
is.
so.
She probably is because this tour made a lot of money. made
Yeah.
a lot of money, man. And it was,
Yeah. Cost a
and
lot
I
of money,
think,
made a lot of money.
and I think this too. I think, and I know, people be like, well, she basically catered this whole tour to the LGBTQ community. I'm like, no, she didn't. I said what she
Mhm.
did, like the album was dedicated to her uncle,
Yeah.
who was a not disco, but house music type of person. And she
Mhm.
dedicated the whole look that he wore sequence and all that.
Mhm.
Now I said she's always embraced the LGBTQ community, but she's always embraced her people.
Right.
She's always embraced her people. So
Right.
it just so happened this tour, yeah, we saw a lot of gay people, but again, it was all colors.
Right.
And she said in the film, I just want to give people a safe space to have a good time and be who they are. Because once again, she was like, I want people to be comfortable in their own skin.
Mhm.
I didn't really have a problem with it. To me, I made a joke. I was just like, I've had enough sequence vision, enough
Yeah.
lifetime now. But other than that, that was a dope concert. That was a
It
really,
was.
really dope concert.
When you think about it, bro, all the Beyonce albums kind of had a theme to it.
They
Like,
did. They did.
her first album to the Sasha Fierce to Lemonade, you know what I'm saying? Like all
Yeah.
of those had a theme of what was going on with her at the time, you know what I'm saying? Even the Lion King,
Yeah.
soundtrack, that was
Yeah.
really full of a lot of black power stuff, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And black pride. So everything has always been kind of theme based for her. And so this
Mm-hmm.
was, like you said, it was a dedication to her uncle who helped them out. And if you watch the movie, you will see more in detail, like behind the scenes. Like, like she said, when they was coming up, they ain't had no designers.
Nope.
Uncle Johnny was a designer. You know what I'm saying? Him and her mama, sold everything together for them. So,
Mm-hmm.
it was a dedication to him and house music. And, I remember my aunties and uncles listening to house music back in the day. Like that's just,
Yeah.
they would be getting ready, going to Brothers Palace and
Brothers Palace. Shout out to Brothers
Florida
Palace,
Brothers
baby.
Palace, yeah, they be playing house music. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's that's a generational thing, you know what I'm saying? So
It
I'm
is.
not surprised that her uncle was, love house music too. So,
Mm-hmm.
I've never been a big house head, but I did. I mean, the album flow together so well. It's hard to not like it.
It sure did.
It's really hard not to like it. Even if you don't like house music, it's hard not to like how cohesive it is.
I liked the album. I had liked the album originally when it dropped, but I even liked it more actually when I went to the concert and
Me too.
I was listening to how it sound. I was like, damn, this
Yeah,
really sounds good.
it
Like
translates well live. Yeah,
you just want to dance.
yeah,
That's it. You just want to
yeah,
dance. That's all you want to
yeah.
do is dance when you listen to it.
You be
Um,
dancing and you be feeling yourself.
you be feeling yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
the tour grossed $461 million total.
More than that, bro. I think it's like 500 something.
It's 500 something.
It was
Okay,
like five. I think the tour. Yeah, I think it was like last time I saw, it was like 500 something $1 million.
that's a lot of money. That's a
Yeah,
lot of money.
half a billion dollars for
That's
a
a
tour.
lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why, like Rock Nation and all them, they don't mind putting the tour up because they know they're gonna
Hmm.
get that money. They know they're gonna get that money. That's why they pay
Hmm.
B&J the 400 million for the tour because they know they gonna get it right back. So I
Hmm.
mean, it's them. We really need to be appreciative of. We've seen in our lifetime three of the greatest entertainers in the history
Hmm.
of this world. And, I feel like after her, I don't know who is it going to be, but man, oh man, she blazed the trail. Like, she said Diana Ross blazed the trail for her, Tina Turner. Like Beyonce, like who I don't know who's gonna come after her if it's somebody come after her, but man, boy, they got it.
Yeah.
We thought we weren't gonna see nobody like Michael Jackson. Let's just be quite
Hmm.
honest. We thought we weren't
Yeah.
gonna see nobody.
Hmm.
Now I've yet to see anybody pass out and have to be carried out by EMTs at a Beyonce concert. Like it's like we saw with Michael. We saw grown men, grown people pass out when Michael come on stage. But
Yeah.
Beyonce had that same type of effect with people, man. People was
Yeah.
crying in the audience when she came out, and
Yeah.
I like I said, I've only Michael Jackson is like the last one that I've seen that had its impact when it come to like doing tours. So I'm mad. I never saw him perform,
Yeah,
and
me too.
that this is it. I was gonna go. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had to go. I was gonna go, but unfortunately, he died. But people, listen, man, Beyonce, while we can see her now, y'all better go see her because she gonna hang him up one day. She
Yeah,
gonna
as
hang
she
him up.
should.
She gonna hang him up
She
one day.
can prove nothing, and I think she did it at the right time, and then now she can watch her kids grow up.
Yep.
I think she wants to do that.
Yeah.
Allow the twins to grow up and allow Blue to come into
Yep.
teenage years. So I think she gonna chill out for a while and be a mama.
She is. She gonna yeah.
Yeah.
And Blue is growing up to be a pretty young lady.
Yes.
She's
Blue
growing up to
is
be
a
a
big
pretty.
girl. She
She
does
is
not look
big.
11. I'm like, that's a tall girl. She don't look 11 at all.
She
She
got
look
that
like she
height
be
from
at
her
least be
daddy.
13, bro.
She got that height from her daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause she's
Yeah.
tall. You can look.
Yeah.
You can. She's tall, man.
She's tall. I'm like,
She
yeah,
is
that's a big,
tall.
it's a big 11-year-old.
That's a big ass 11-year-old. But
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody check it out. The Renaissance movie. It's based on the tour, the behind the scenes. You get to see a lot of stuff. You get to see all the people who make that show happen. It's dope. Like I said, it's 2 hours and 48 minutes, but majority of them 2 hours you're gonna be dancing or you're gonna be
Hmm.
hearing a whole bunch of music. So it's good. It's good. And I saw it twice. So for me to see it twice, that means I liked it.
Yeah. It's a good movie
It's
for
a real
sure.
good movie. Oh, documentaries. Let's go into these docs, T.
Hmm.
Lil Richard. Lil Richard documentary.
I don't know
Lil
why I did
Richard.
that.
Lil Richard, man. Listen, I the doc is on Max.
Mhm.
This is my first documentary I've ever seen about Lil Richard. So for me, this was really good to me. Lil Richard, if you don't know who he is or his story, this documentary will probably paints the best picture of him.
Yeah.
Because even for me, I knew what he did, but I didn't know his story.
Hmm.
Um, he grew up the typical Southern black kid in the South, had to deal with Jim Crow, racism, all that. But he was also gay. So that
Hmm.
added another element to it. His old man's father, by him being gay, his father was a Baptist minister. He ran a nightclub. he, he had a bootlegging business.
Yeah. His
So
daddy wasn't no different than him.
his
Hell.
daddy, his daddy was into a lot of shit too.
Yeah.
But it was what for me. What made the doc good is that it went throughout his life, his challenges, but they also show to me that he made music. He created a genre of music, and then the powers to be, the people in control, stole it from him and
Hmm.
tried to use it as their own. Like
Hmm.
literally, you saw what Elvis tried to use a like stole it and
No,
tried to
he
use it.
did.
No, what I'm saying
Stole
is
all
like
his stuff.
he took his song,
Hmm.
and made it into his own song and got
Hmm.
credit for it, and not Lil Richard.
Yeah.
And then other people, yes, you can see in the doc, other people did it too. And it's
Hmm.
like, damn, man, like that really was happening back then.
Yeah.
Like,
When he used to say, bro, when Lil Richard used to be on TV, he'll be on an award show when we was younger, and he used to be like, they ain't never gave me nothing. They ain't never recognized me for nothing. I created rock and roll. Like, I didn't understand what he meant.
me
Like,
either. Me
I
either.
thought he was just talking like maybe because like, okay, he never got a Grammy. So
That's what I
he just
thought.
he just being he's just being salty because he never won a Grammy. No, no, no. They really stole
They
this
stole.
man persona. They stole his songs. Like they really stole from him, and he really didn't get. He wasn't lying about he didn't get what
And
he
gave him
deserved.
no credit. They gave him
Gave him
no
no
credit.
credit. Yeah, yeah. So now when I see old clips of Little Rich, I be like, talk your shit, Richard.
Yeah. Talk your shit.
Because he had his influences coming up, but he took everything to another level. You know what I'm saying? Performance wise, you can see just how energetic he was and how, you know, there wasn't a whole bunch of people doing what he was doing on stage. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And getting on top of the piano. And
Yep.
if you look at him, bro, you can't help but to look at how people like Prince, you know,
Shit, James Brown.
James Brown, you know what I'm saying? Just how they embody some of his persona. Like, you know, everybody can look at Prince and his crazy costumes, his outfits, and you know, I think seeing Little Richard, you know, that helped, you know, make it normal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be what they used to say back in the day, like androgynous. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
made it,
Yeah.
you know, he put himself out there, and it's crazy how, you know, what it was it's kind of sad though too, bro. Like his life's kind of sad because even though it was a show he was putting on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he was acting like, oh, I'm Richard, woo, and that's me, and y'all gonna get him at the same time. He was really dealing with a lot behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? He was tormented on his lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, and his just the fact that everything that was done to him, and you know, not receiving his credit. So it's kind of a tragic story too. You know what I'm saying? That you know, that like I think one of the people said that he encouraged so many people, but he never could get it right for himself. You know what I'm saying?
Never could.
You know?
He never could. And then, you know, he really fought with his identity, his sexuality. Because again, he grew up a devout Southern Baptist. His dad was a preacher. He knew the Bible, he knew the word, he knew that his faith, he knew that homosexuality is wrong in his faith. He knew that, but he fought with that. Because in the dark, you see, like he became a born again Christian, or like twice. Like he was
more than that.
like
Yeah,
he was really fighting.
he was like all the way in.
Yeah, he was all the way in. He started selling Bibles and shit. Like he was all the way in. So it was his story. I think is good because a lot of people probably don't know that about him. And like you said, I used to just see him come on Martin or other TV shows. He just do his little bit that woo, and then he'll play the piano, play the little one song, and then he'll crack a joke, and that was it. But he literally was telling the world like they ain't never gave me nothing. Like he meant that. Like he meant that. And to some people it rubbed the wrong way, but to a lot of people that knew him, like that guy who was in his band who was crying at the end, like when he finally got his award, he said he was crying because he was like he know how Richard felt. He said Richard always felt like he was never included as the person who started everything. And he said that used to bother him. And so when he got his award, he felt like that was finally the world saying, all right, Lil Richard, we owe you. We sorry. Here's your award. Thank you. And
he deserves so many more.
Man, he deserves so many awards, man.
He deserves so many more. Yeah.
The Rolling Stones, the Beatles, all them.
A lot of those European artists, definitely were enamored like with him. You know what I'm saying? And
he was huge over there
and stuff. Yeah.
He was huge over there. He was huge over there.
Yeah.
That's it's his story is good. Y'all gotta check it out. It's on Max. Y'all definitely have to check that out.
It's really good, y'all.
It's really good.
It's for sure. I think I'm definitely gonna watch it again.
Yeah.
Okay, before we move on, I just want to say this. When I found out the words to Tutti Frutti, the real words, bro, I was stuck. I'm like, Richard is a little nasty little boy. Bro, it's one thing to be talking about sex, back in the day, right? This boy was talking about gay sex.
I would never be the same after listening to that song.
Y'all gotta watch it so y'all can know what it be. I would tell y'all so y'all can hear the real words.
Tutti Frutti, oh booty. I was like,
good booty.
Yeah, good. But I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Oh my God.
He on that type of time, huh?
He's on that type of time. Richard was not playing no games, y'all. And some else people don't know, Richard, he used to get the girls.
That's another thing. Richard, okay, yes, he was gay, but Richard still like Punani.
Yeah. He said he was
married. He got married. He got married. He had a marriage for like what, 6 months.
He was married for a little while.
Richard. I think Richard probably did everything. To be
He
honest,
did. He
I
said he
think he
did.
did everything. He did everything. He tried it all.
Bro,
You know,
his backup, well, not his backup singer, his one of his band players said that, they probably did like 1,000 women, back in the day.
I believe him.
He and that other guy was like his manager. He was like, he's sleep in the tub because there'd be so many people in the room.
He said land around naked. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, hey, man. Hey.
I mean, Lil Richard love orgies, like threesomes. That's how you know this stuff ain't nothing new under the sun. Like,
no, it's not.
People been doing this mess for a long time.
Threesomes, you got men on men, women on women, and then
anything. Everybody just doing anything. That's just crazy.
You look to your left, there's a mountain of cocaine. Just sit there,
bro. That's how they was doing everything because they out their mind. They don't know what they was doing. I was surprised. Like I hate I hate that Lil Richard died during COVID because people that died during COVID, they really didn't get the
proper send off.
The proper send offs. Yeah, because you had a small ceremonies and things like that. But yeah, check it out though. It's a good movie. It's a real good doc.
It's a real good doc. Y'all, I think y'all will like it. Y'all will like it.
Tutti Frutti, good booty.
Good booty. Tutti Frutti, good booty. But Richard was tough, boy. He was tough.
Yeah.
He was tough, man. What else is in the news? Oh, Diddy, Sean Combs is back in the news now. He's back in the news. There's a new allegations. Young lady, which has the same lawyer as Cassidy. She's suing him.
Not Cassidy.
I'm sorry, yeah, Cassie. She's suing him. So apparently, when she was 17 years old, Diddy and another man, she said, basically sexually assaulted her in the studio. She's got pictures of her being in the studio. Pictures next to Diddy. I think is she on Diddy's lap or sitting next to Diddy? I know there's a picture out there.
Yeah.
There's a picture like that her lawyer posted on her behalf. So she's remaining anonymous. She doesn't want her name to be revealed per her lawyer. So I know when that came out this morning, like an hour or two later, Diddy released a statement and he said enough is enough. He's tired of his name getting slandered. He's saying that all those allegations are false and he didn't do what they say he did. So, I mean, at this point, I don't know. I just say this. I feel like Puff Daddy, as we knew him back in the day, I think going forward now, if Diddy, it'll never be the same for him. I don't think we're gonna see him on award shows anymore. He probably ain't gonna be at the Rock Nation brunch anymore. And I don't even know. Some people have like a rebrand that they go through after a certain amount of time. But I don't know. I feel like this is almost another one of those like Russell Simmons type thing where we don't even think about it. Geez, we had the 50 years of hip hop, right? We celebrated that. Nobody mentioned Russell Simmons.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is what might happen to Diddy because whether you believe he did it or not, we know what those allegations were. We all saw what was alleged. We all saw her accounts of what happened. It's like it's damaging. It's really damaging. And I feel like, and now in today's time, if you're a celebrity, I mean, you better off being accused of being gay or homosexual than you are accused of rape allegations because you can't recover from that, depending on how nasty the allegations are. It's people who really, according to what she said in her statement, it's people who really think Diddy is a monster. Like they really think he's like an evil monster, like a boogeyman type by those allegations. So I I don't know if he's gonna recover from it. Again, we talked about it last week. He resigned from uh, uh, what's the Revolt. That school he was with, they separated, they parted ways. Then you got people on social media with the conspiracy saying Clive Davis started all this, and or the company that he was with through the tequila company, they started all this. But I don't know. I mean, some of that sounds far fetched because I'm like, what do Clive Davis old ass got the game from it? Like I don't know, but people, they gonna say what they want to say. But I don't know what Diddy will do from here going forward. I don't know. I don't know if he can do any public appearances like that. I don't know if people are gonna even want him around. And again, I always pay attention to this. I've yet to see anybody come out and defend him. And when I mean anybody, I mean like people of higher wealth, fame, actually say, "Look, I'm standing with Diddy, or I'm standing with Sean Combs." I've yet to see. Have you seen anybody?
They're not gonna do that because they don't want their business to be out there.
That's what I mean. So I
So
mean,
they're not gonna do that,
that's
But
and what we know now, people coming up and digging up, like they're coming out the woodworks now with stuff. So that could be it, like what you said, Tease.
here's my thing too with all that. Like I do think it's pretty much it for him, but you know, in all fairness, it's not just Diddy. It's a system that has cultivated that type of behavior. You know what I'm saying? That allows that to happen in entertainment period. Whether it's Hollywood, we've heard a lot of actors talk about the abuse they have encountered. People laughed at Terry Crews when he said that he was touched, what I'm saying, inappropriately at a party, felt uncomfortable, which is probably was a situation where they was trying to seize you down, you know what I'm saying? So it's a thing in entertainment that's not new, and it's been a horrible kept secret, you know what I'm saying? Because people know it, but what happens is for a long time, nothing ever happened to them people.
Never.
They got away with it, you know what I'm saying? And so then when the chips start falling for what's that guy who that big it was a doc on Netflix. I can't think of his name right now. The one they always be showing pictures of Oprah and the president.
Yeah.
That white guy who was in the industry, when he went down, and then you had people like Kevin Spacey, you know what I'm saying? Like
He went down.
It's when they started coming down, you knew that it wasn't long for everybody to be, you know what I'm saying, to be exposed. So none of this stuff is just surprising to me. But also too in some of that realness, in some of this stuff, I don't think who's it's allegations. Because people got to understand it's allegations. They don't mean they true.
That's true.
They don't mean that true, because people can show you pictures that just to say you was there. That don't mean he really did anything inappropriate. That don't mean you wasn't down with the cause. That's the other part I don't like either, is that it's a lot of people participate in this. You know what I'm saying? So you can't come back 50 years later saying, "Oh, I felt uncomfortable." Well, you should never did it for 20 years. For 20 years, you played a part, and not just nobody forced your hand. You did it because you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair to be like, "Well, I thought I could never get a job in the industry if I didn't do it." Well, maybe the industry ain't for you. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a you can't blame somebody for things that you willfully did. Now, if somebody really forced you, you know what I'm saying, to do something, then that's a whole different story. But if you went along with it because you wanted to be in Hollywood, then I don't think it's fair to come back and try to sue for that. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. So, and I saw a clip too where it was Camron and Mace talking about a situation where they ran a train on somebody, and then
I cringed.
It's crazy. I'm like, read the room. They ain't the time for these kind of stories. But then they got mad at Melyssa Ford because Melyssa Ford said, when she heard those kind of stories, she think about, now this is Melyssa Ford who's been in the industry for a long time.
I think she knows a lot too.
She knows a lot, but she said, when I heard it, I felt cringy, and I was thinking, this is not a time to tell the story. And she said, when you hear those kind of stories, it makes you think about when they talk about running trains and whorehouses. She think about the young girls who be in whorehouses and underage. And so then even on the guys on the podcast, they got on her about like, oh, that's a stretch. And you putting stuff on them. And then, they all said she was wrong. But as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
I thought the same thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
know plenty of women that thought the same thing. Like, this is not the time to be talking about running a train. That's just not wise. So then Camron got mad and he made a post about her today.
Yeah, he
And
said he gonna call ICE
I
and the
told her
ICE.
she touched me. I told she
Mm-hmm.
touched me when isn't like making a joke of it, but you the idiot who said it. Like, you're not reading the room. Like, running a train is nothing to be. I know that's a thing that guys like to laugh about, but you see everybody that's what's going on, and this is the story you choose to tell. That's stupid. Because now the girls who be in that, let's say the girls who were the ones running the train on, they can say that was me and he forced me and they drugged me. Because now you put it out there. It's
And
just not.
again,
It wasn't smart.
this is
Even if
why
they wasn't underage, bro, they could be of age. It
they
wasn't
could be
smart to
of
talk about.
age, and again, like you just said, it could be not. It could be not true. The whole thing of the matter is, it's out there,
Yeah.
and in the times we live in, it don't even matter if it's not true. It's the perception of you as a man being a predator, being
Mm-hmm.
a abuser. That's hard
And
to
joking
shake
and
off.
laughing about,
It's hard to
being in
shake
the
off.
whorehouse.
Yeah, and I
Like, you got to
cringe.
be smarter than that. You got to be smarter than that.
And people are mad at Melyssa Ford saying you saying that shit. You trying to get a black man caught up. That ain't right.
No, the black
That's
men
what
need to be
people.
smarter.
That's what people saying in the comments at her. Like people going after her in the comments. But not to get off track. But that's the. But see, that's the mind. Sometimes our mindset is so fucked up. Is that we try to champion and defend bad behavior.
Mm-hmm.
The thing of the matter is, in today's climate, no men should be telling a story of running a train on a female and laughing and joking about it.
For
You
your own good.
It should not be public. And as a man, I listen. I've done a lot of shit with my homies, and obviously I'm not at that level. My homies ain't at that level, but on some real shit, you know, who's to say even back then if the chick or whatever was cool? What if she wasn't cool? What if she just wanted to go through with it because she just was like, I don't want to feel whatever. But at that time when we was doing stupid shit, we thinking like, hey, this is what we do, and then again, it's locker room talk. Keep that, just don't make that public in the times we live in right now. And especially
Yeah.
them two. They show is just getting off the ground. It's a big hit. They
It's
don't need
idiotic. You
they
can't
don't need
blame
no
Melyssa
edit.
Ford for you putting it out
No,
there.
no.
You trying to I ain't like they trying to make her a scapegoat, and she apologized, but it's BS. They
It
want to
is
make her
BS.
a scapegoat for putting a stupid ass story out there, and it's just like that's not fair. Because yeah, I understand you don't want to project, and it's a lot of black men that have been accused of things, that they didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need anything else thrown from them, but we also
No.
need black men to be smarter.
Yes.
These podcasts have dumb down people into thinking that you have free speech. You don't have it. You don't
No.
have free speech. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it. I know we think that in America, but as you can see, we don't have it. What you say lives out there forever. And, you're not helping yourself with all these cases coming out and with this thing coming on. You're not helping yourself, um, you know, dodge any kind of allegations. Cause it could have been a girl that was all with it. But all it takes is one person, like you said, to be
That's
like,
it.
yeah, I was that girl.
That's
And
it.
I didn't approve of that. And they drugged me. And,
Yep.
they talked about it and they
They
laughed about it. And
forced
I had to
me.
relive it. All that stuff. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like she
They
could be, I
forced
got a
me to
proof.
do
I
it.
had pictures. I was in the room and
Mm-hmm.
I got messages. It can happen. Like it just was not, it was stupid.
But
It was stupid.
I've talked to my son about this same thing. Like, with even his age and he go to college or whatever, and like basically like I basically had a consent conversation with him. Like I really that's the type of conversation I had to have with him because, growing up, like nobody had conversations with like guys like us back then about consent, and it was just like, hey, if she with it, she with it. That's it. It wasn't like honestly, nobody asked a female, so Is it okay if we have sex with you? Is it okay if I pull your pants down and he pull your like? You didn't have them type of conversations. You didn't get no verbal okay. It was just if she with it, she with it. Nowadays, you gotta have these conversations with these kids because again, you got these damn camera phone, these phones. You got social media. Even if you take a picture of a female or whatever, and if you share that shit, that's against the law. That's called what's the name? What is it called? Revenge porn. Like all like it's so much stuff. And like you said, nowadays it could be a chick that can come back around and see you bring this story up on the podcast and be like, well, you know, he did drug me. They drugged me. You know what the fuck? Like you gonna be like, what? Like you know
That's
what I'm
saying? You can't. It was just done because of the climate. And
Yep.
I get what Melyssa was saying. Like, yeah, I don't, to suggest like, no, you should not suggest that the girls were, but to question it, people are gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking her as an industry person, they want to mute her and want to, be mad about it, but she's seen some stuff.
Yeah, she definitely.
We all know, like, sex trafficking ain't just start. We just saw in that doc. What was that guy named? That white dude name where they was getting them young girls to come and get massages and doing all that stuff. That's what I think she was talking about. Like, sometimes these whorehouses are girls that are young and down and out.
Yeah, yeah.
And so while you think it's funny, this is a young girl who's been a runaway who went a whorehouse. And it just didn't matter. Even let's just say none of that. All of this stuff is just something, examples. But they could be grown women that were
Harvey
just down.
Weinstein.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yep. Him.
Why? It's just in the time where they took down Russell, they taking down Diddy. Why would you think that's a good story to tell? It's just not. It's just you gotta read the room. Like, but y'all not reading the room. It's not the time. It ain't the time. Like, I know 10 years ago y'all could laugh and joke and make songs about running the train, but again, that's conditioning for men that I can't. Y'all have a whole different thing in what's allowed and what's okay, and so that kind of debauchery is, it's common. You know what I'm saying? And so, like you said, it's locker room talk. Don't mean it's right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. His name is Jeffrey Epstein. I'm sorry, Jeffrey Epstein. That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Both of them, though. I think both of them.
Well, Jeffrey had the whole him and that chick. Remember the chick? He was helping him get the girl.
That's what I was talking about. Jeffrey Epstein.
It's him. Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, but it's they just trying to. I feel like they trying to use her for a scapegoat for stupidity. Like, I don't think it's just the time to tell that kind of story when.
No, it's not.
it's just not. But enough guys not saying that, bro. All the guys saying, "Oh yeah, like, why would you put that out there and you putting it, you accusing them of something that she did?" She asked the question because she couldn't even ask that question had you not told that dumb story. Let's start there.
Facts.
And even though I didn't think about them being underaged, I thought about, like, man, I wonder how many of those girls didn't sign up for that. I did wonder that. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. And I'm seeing some girls who maybe just, were with their friends that day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It can go deep. I'm a lady, so I gotta think about these situations. I've been around uncomfortable situations where you outnumbered. It's like we gotta go because that's just my spidey senses. But everybody don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And some women don't, know how to stand up for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
They don't.
So,
they don't.
Like you said, they could have been with it, but not really.
I'm being for real. I
don't think no woman really wants to be passed around like that. And when you are, that's something going on so bad in that woman to allow herself to go through that. It's not really. That's just me. Some women might say, I wanted it. I like sex and I wanted to sleep with, 10 guys that night. That okay.
I didn't. Me personally.
That's not true.
Me personally, just I'm like over the years, like I've thought about like those situations that I've been in, like damn, like was she cool with that? Like, I'm being totally honest. Like, I've had those conversations in my mind because it's like you just said. What if she really didn't like being passed around, or what if she really was like just had just terrible low self esteem? But at that time, she just was like, I'm with it because I don't want them to talk about me. I don't want them, whatever the case may be.
You
But
want the attention.
yeah, I want the attention. So I mean, I don't. I when you young as a young man, you don't really think about that. You just trying to do what you do and just like say, hey, I conquered that, I accomplished that. But now I think nowadays in the era we live in now, I think you gotta be careful. You gotta be real careful about that because, like you just said, you know, people can come back on you and turn on you just like that easily, the drop of a
Yeah.
hat, and then it's my word against hers.
Yeah. It's
It's
your
that.
word against hers, and it's just the fact that, not to prolong it, but it's just too like when we were younger, women are taught, you know, we don't get taught that it's okay to sow your royal oats. I was
Right,
told, okay,
right.
right. We don't get that conversation. We get the conversation to save yourself for marriage, save yourself. If you're gonna sleep, protect yourself. Don't sleep around. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
we get that conversation, but boys don't get that, and it
No,
needs to be. Y'all need the same conversation. I'm just sorry. Like, if I had a son, I'm not gonna raise him to be a whore. I'm just not gonna do it. You're not gonna sow your royal oats. You're gonna do what you want to do as a young man, but respect women. I know you're gonna be with your friends, and like you say, like you told your son, a train may seem like a good idea. It's not. It's
no,
not.
it's
It's
not.
not because that think about this young lady who what's going on in her mind that she's allowing this. And even if it's somebody that's okay, you don't want to be running up behind somebody else because that's just passing along
That
disease.
too. That
You
too.
know what I'm saying? So,
And then
it's not and not to be judgeful. It's just I want to protect my son and I want him to respect women, you know what I'm saying? And I want him to not be caught up in something so that 10 years from now, nobody can say, you know, he becoming
exactly.
a superstar. He and some girls say, oh, he raped me when
He
we
raped
was,
me.
12.
Yeah.
Like, that's not cool. That's
I
not
don't
cool.
want. And I told my son just flat out, like, I don't want you to ever be accused of giving no rape allegation. I
Yeah.
told him flat out, like, I don't even
Because it
want you to have to
happens,
deal
bro.
with.
We know it
Oh, we
happens.
know it happens.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go through that. We I don't want him to go through that because
Yeah.
I don't want his words to go against hers, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want his character ever being questioned. None of that. So, I told him like I had to talk with him like you're gonna go to college. You're gonna be put in situations. I mean, especially like if you're enjoying college like I did, you're gonna get put in situations. You just have to use better judgment. You're not always gonna make the right decision all the time, but use that judgment to be like, you know what? No, I ain't gonna fuck with her, or no, I'm gonna leave them alone. They on some other shit in this room. I'm gonna just go to my room and chill. And I told him listen. A quick story. I never forget. I was at Lewis. I'd never forget. I'm walking in the hallway. I'm passing this room. I hear a whole bunch of commotion going on in the room, music, whatever. I'm like, what the fuck going on that? So when I'm walking past the room, one of the guys that I know, he come out the room, shirt off. He like, hey, see, come through here. I'm like, let me put my bag up. Come back down there, knock on the door, let me in. Now when I walked in, the first thing I see, 3, 4 dudes, and I see one chick. So immediately what I do, Tease, I peep everything, and I say, you know what? I'm out, y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Cause I'm thinking in the back of my mind, this is what I'm thinking. If she have a moment the next day, like, wait a minute, they did something to me I ain't want, and she remember faces and or names, we cooked.
Mm-hmm.
We cooked on that campus. We cooked,
Yeah.
cooked, and
That's
now I,
just
and
being
now
too
I
damn horny and thirsty to me.
and you are at the age of 20, like you
Yeah, you
are as a
are, bro.
man.
Bro, you are. I understand that, but that shit got to be controlled too. Like it don't have to be it don't have to be that way. It don't. Like that's just conditioning that y'all taught that you
Yes,
supposed to do that, but it don't have
yes,
to be that way.
yes.
Like we go through puberty too. Our hormones go raging too, but we're taught to control that shit.
But we're taught at that young age is to fuck everything walking.
And that's my point. It shouldn't be that way. Y'all should
Because
be getting the same lessons we getting because y'all the ones that's putting the pressure on the girls. You know what I'm saying? Then when she come up pregnant at 13, it's like, oh, what happened? You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I just think
what happened?
it should be the same across the board.
No, no,
There should be some kind of
you're
standards
right.
across the
You're right.
board. And I just some of that stuff that I think that boys are taught and conditioned to think it's okay, it's just not. And it opens up those things for larger issues like what we seeing what's going on with all the Hollywood dudes because they feel entitled. I do think dudes think they entitled,
They do.
to your body. And this is why they can say, like, I took you out to eat, you owe me. What?
Athletes too.
What?
Yeah,
Like that doesn't equal that. You know what I'm saying? Who told you that equals that?
They feel like, man, I took you out. We didn't $8,000 worth of dinner, drinks. All right, now what? Like that's entitlement. That's exactly what it is. Because you know why? Because that dude, that celebrity, the athlete feels like, oh, you ain't no shit. She will be, and that's what it
fine.
is. And that's what it
fine.
is.
See you later.
Yep, that's
See
exactly what it is. But I mean, my mindset's changed obviously because I've got kids now. I got a freaking daughter now. So now it's totally different. My whole mindset has changed. But at that young age, when you're a young male, you're taught to conquer. Like if you don't have nobody consciously in your ear saying you shouldn't do women like that, XYZ, if you're gonna have sex, do it with this. Like you at that age, we didn't have anybody like that. We just didn't. And I think now, me and other guys my age that got sons, you're right. I think we do. It's our responsibility to tell our sons, hey man, pump the brakes. You don't have to get out like that. Like you don't have to get out like that with every different chick. Cause again, it's consequences. Knocking on wood, I ain't had to go through that, but now there's consequences. You know what I'm saying? Because you can really mess your life up. For real.
You might not be so lucky.
You might not be lucky at all. You might knock up the chick you know you ain't supposed to knock up. And now you got a baby with this for the rest of your life.
Or your dick may burn forever. Let's be clear. It may be done. It's people out here with, herpes. That ain't going nowhere. I'm just saying.
Once again, y'all, Latisse again with a reference.
I'm here to remind people of the dirty dick, okay?
Here we go. Y'all, Latisse with the dirty dick references again.
I'm trying to help my brothers.
She's trying to help her brothers.
I'm trying to help my brothers be free and clean. I'm trying to help my brothers be free and clean. I'm trying to help my sisters keep their pH balance in check. Listen, it starts with staying away from dirty dick. You hear me? I'm just saying.
She said it starts instead of ladies. PSA. It starts with staying away from dirty dick.
Listen, my sisters are gonna agree with me. They gonna be listening. They honest. They gonna feel me on this. I'm just saying. They know.
It's so funny. Tease you.
Bro, this is science. I didn't make this up. This is science. I'm not even making this up, y'all. This is science. This is not just my thoughts. This is science.
Tease out here trying to educate the sisters on dirty dick.
Listen, when I was educated, I had to, I learned something. I'm gonna pass it on to everybody else. So
y'all hear that, people, ladies and gentlemen? Tisha's preaching. Y'all hear that? She's preaching.
Y'all don't hear me. Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Oh God! Oh my God! Hey man, listen, man. Yeah. The last thing I just want to bring up is I know in the social media we've been having conversations about dating, male, female, whatever. I see now we having more conversations about Black women dating outside their race, and a lot of Black women who got these deep think pieces and champion other black women to try something different. But when they say different, they meaning white man per se, because for whatever reason they feel like they're going to get the happy ending or the perfect life with that white man. Listen, I don't know if this is breaking news, but white dudes ain't shit either.
Ding ding
Uh,
ding 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 ding.
all
Yeah.
white dudes don't always give you this perfect life. So my thing goes back to this: you don't have to diss or put down another group of people just because you had two or three bad experiences with one of the same type of black dude. Because we all know that when it comes to relationships, you may not get what you want with one person, but that doesn't mean the next person you meet is the same. So this whole movement to tear down black dudes and say, well, white dudes, they don't believe in 50-50. How you know that? Like you've sat down and had a conversation with all white men in this world, and they all said, yeah, we believe in paying everything. I'm pretty sure there's some households with white men, and it's not I'm paying everything. I'm pretty sure it's like that.
Mhm.
But I let some of these Facebook groups and these people who get on these podcasts, I just let them get their shit off, because for me, some of them sound real ignorant.
Mhm.
They sound real ignorant. And when people always say, well, black men always want to be cheap, or black men always blah blah blah. But again, that's just the few that you mess with.
Mhm.
That don't mean every black dude feels the same way. Again, if a dude want to take care of you, he's going to take care of you among his means.
Mhm.
Among his means. So it's not like a dude will sit there and be like, oh, I'm gonna take you out to dinner. We finna go have. Now I'm pretty sure a dude who takes you out to dinner and he's that type of guy, he's gonna pay for the dinner. He's gonna pay for the dinner. I mean, he is. But that don't mean if you go out a white dude, he gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna pay for everything, and you'll never have to worry about doing 50-50. How you know he not like that either? Like
Mhm.
it's so done with the conversations we have, male versus female, and now it's spilling over into black women versus black men. Now it's a little different now. So I'm just a little fatigued with these conversations.
Yeah, it's they're all old. They're old and redundant, and this is why I always say sometimes you have to disconnect from the internet, disconnect from social media and some of those groups and some of these podcasts and some of these shows that promote that foolishness. Because I saw a lady talk about it, and she said if you keep listening to that stuff, you'll start taking on these things internally that got nothing to do with you. Like you can have a great relationship, but then because your brain is listening to a podcast that's always talking about men ain't shit and men always cheat and men do this, and then you at home with a man who you've never caught cheating, right? But you didn't. Now you start thinking, man, you know what? You're right. Like you start adding issues that don't need to be added. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? And so,
man.
I think you have to disconnect from it because it's not helping us move forward as a culture.
Nope.
And we already have like a fragile relationship with each other just because of our history here in America. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We don't need any more damage. You know what I'm saying?
No, we don't.
We'll need anything else to keep us separated. You know what I'm saying? And so, if you want to date outside your race, do it.
That's what I
But
say. Do
but
it.
you don't have to talk about the black men who, like I went over here because the other black man didn't do it. No, that black man you chose to date didn't do it. There are plenty of black men that don't have no problem, you know, catering to you, no problem spoiling you. Like I think it's a DNA thing for a lot of guys just um to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Whether
Yeah.
you're black or white. So,
Yeah.
it's not fair to the brothers that I know firsthand that do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not true. it's not a true narrative, you know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, because of so many women that want to get married, and you look at the pool of black men and you don't see the urgency, some of them feel like maybe I need to date outside your race. Well, that's fine. If you know it's urgent for you to get married and you're not having the luck that you want with black dudes, it absolutely did. Try something different.
Try something
Nothing
different.
wrong with that. But it's not, but you don't have to put down the other people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I
Exactly.
don't like.
That's my point, and it goes for the brothers. If you don't want to date the sisters or find you a black woman, and you want to date outside your race, go right ahead. But don't put down a sister and say all sisters they got attitudes or they don't like me or whatever. No, don't do that.
Right.
There's no need for that.
Right.
Just date who you want.
And
It's
who
fine.
you want in, it's fine. It's
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 fine.
okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
most of the time, at the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody cares. Honestly, nobody cares. In real life, I can guarantee you, like, people think, you know, I think again, that's just conditioning that to think that,
It
you
is.
know, but it's I only have a problem with when people talk about the other thing. Like, you don't want to date black girls, but then you say like all black girls got an attitude and black girls don't know how to
Yeah.
shut up and black girls don't
Yeah.
have accountability and blah 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 blah. And then as if the other race of people don't do it. I don't like that stuff. Because
Right.
I can tell women firsthand, like when they talk about dudes, and I know enough white dudes in corporate America that they've been married to their wives for decades and they took her nowhere.
Hey,
Okay.
bingo.
They don't have no date night.
None of that shit.
They don't go out of town yearly. You know what I'm saying? They keep it simple and
And they feel like, hey, you live in this
they
nice
live
ass
in
house,
Oswego. That's their little house and they okay with it.
and they okay with it. I take care of
Yeah.
everything. They okay with it. Yeah, exactly.
They
So
both the wife work, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And then
yeah.
the part two of that too, people think that the white man you'll get your white man. That's a lot of white ladies are married to white men that's not happy. Yeah.
They like Al
I mean,
Bundy.
I mean, they not. It's
Uh-huh.
a lot of women that, and some of them are stay at home moms, you know, but that comes with a different type of dude too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's
Mm-hmm.
a different kind of life, and it sounds easy, but it's not.
It's not easy. It's not.
And that's why you be having these situations where you see, you know, on Housewives, remember the show Desperate Housewives,
Desperate
and
Housewives. Yeah.
they end up sleeping with the damn lawnmower guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping with the landscaper. You know,
Because they
so
unhappy. They unhappy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
They help him taking care of the bills, but he not catering to them emotionally.
no,
You know,
no.
making them feel pretty. So you know, they go on to a soccer game and they got the coffee cup, but it's filled with
Mm-hmm.
vodka.
With
I
vodka.
seen it.
Because
Okay.
they stay liquorly medicated because they do
Yeah.
not they hate going home and their life is miserable.
Listen, I used to have a boxing class and I'm be done in Downers Grove, and it was mostly white women
Mm-hmm.
in the class, and one of the ladies she had got her water bottle mixed up. she had and she didn't have the water, she had one with the alcohol in there. She was just dropping her kids off, and then she said she's like, shit, I gotta get my water out the car. She was like, this is my juice. Like, I'm like, bitch, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But that's a reality, you know, like,
She needed that juice.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
one mug is full of alcohol and one is for water, you know, but she
Uh-huh.
had brought in alcohol by mistake, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying it's a
Yeah,
you know,
just
people think the grass is always greener. It's you don't know their story. You just like, the
no.
only thing I will say about white people is that you just don't hear you don't hear them on their podcast talking about like stuff like we do. Like, we put
Or they
all our out there for the world to see and dissect. They don't talk about family in a bad
or they
way.
or they or they social media page.
Yeah, they don't do that. They
They
don't
don't
do
do
that.
that. They don't do that.
Whatever they got going on that's bad as happens, you will
Yeah.
hear about what you won't know that Sarah and Steve are having problems until you see them on the ID channel. He didn't chopped her ass up. Other than
Eat it
that,
eat it chopped up.
yeah, you ain't gonna. Other than that, you ain't gonna really hear about their issues.
Oh my
Honestly,
god.
And I watch ID channel every day.
Yeah, ID channel be lit,
And
man.
most of those 80, I would say 80% of the stories on the ID channel are white people.
They be
So
lit
the
too. Them
idea
stories
that
be
black
lit.
people are the face of crime is insane to me. I'm like,
It's,
y'all don't got the ID channel
right.
because the American Monster be mostly white dudes.
Yeah.
That's one of my shows.
Yeah.
them be white dudes wilding out. You know what I'm
Wilding
saying?
out.
So hey, teach his own.
So on that note, as we wrap up, just hey y'all, just whoever you want to be with, just be with them and just be happy. No need to put down nobody else, because at the end of the day, 90% of the people who you post, whoever you with on Facebook, 90% of people don't really care. And just be happy and do what you do. But there's no need to put down another race or another gender or whatever. Just do you. Just do you. Say them think pieces for your mama.
For your mammy.
For your mammy. So
yeah.
You got any shout outs, T?
Dog, I ain't really gonna shout out this week, but thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all keep watching, keep subscribing, keep liking and sharing our posts. So appreciate y'all. Yeah, this year closing out, bro. It's the second week it's the first week of December, but this week is this month is just it's moving. So
it's moving. So but we want to appreciate y'all though, seriously, for commenting, subscribing. We love y'all comments on these clips, man. Y'all really keep it popping. These discussions are funny at the same time, but we having some serious conversations. We try to talk about everything that's relevant and most importantly, everything that we want to talk about. That's the moral of this some of that podcast. We talk about what we want to talk about. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in on episode 91. Make sure you subscribe, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Make sure you follow the IG page, SOTSOTPOD, and follow the Facebook page. I'm Coach Mo. We got Teese over there, the realest in the game, aka gonna put y'all on that dirty dick.
Dirty D. That's so funny.
But other than that, man, we out of here, man.
We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.